First of all, before we try to play together, let's make sure that our instruments are in tune. Mine is tuned to concert pitch, and the bass string, the fourth string, is C. The third string is G. The second string is B. The first string or top string is D. And the short string or the octave string is G. Now you've had a chance to practice lesson 1, we move on to lesson 2. Now lesson 2 contains much of the same. It involves twiddlies, twiddly-dees and snaps and some different chord positions. Also on this piece at the bottom you'll notice there are some red notes. Now these red notes are put there because they're the lead-in to the next part of this section. So when you go on to lesson 3 you will see that there are red notes on the first bars of lesson 3. So they're not played twice, it's just that in this one you know where you're going when you lead into the next piece. Now let's move on to the second lesson. In the first bar we have a 0, 2, 1 chord, and the 0 is the octave string or the fifth string, and the 2, 1 goes on the first and second strings, and you pinch. Now there is a twiddly with the octave, second and first, and back to the octave. Now we jump with the third finger, or you can use your fourth, but third is perhaps stronger, better grip with the third. At the 7th position. Then in the next bar, it's the octave. Now the third finger goes at the 2nd fret on the first string to snap off. First finger back down on the 2nd string at the 1st position, picked with the 1st finger. Now we move to the 3rd bar. This is a 4, 1, 2 chord at the 1st position. 4th finger goes on the 3rd fret on the 1st string. The 1st finger is at the 1st position on the 2nd string, and the 2nd finger at the 2nd position on the 3rd string. Pinch that. Now octave with the thumb. Now it says 5p over the next chord, which means it's at the 5th position, this is the 5th fret, and it's a 4, 2, 1 chord. 4, 2, 1. Pinch that. Now the finger stays on and slides up to the 9th fret. Now in the 4th bar we jump up to the 10th position with a barré, 1, 1, 1 across 3 strings. Now the 4th finger goes at the 9th fret on the 1st string. Now the 2nd finger comes down on the 7th. Now we're down to a barré at the 5th position in the next bar. Now twiddly-dee. And again with the 2nd finger. Show that one again. The barré, thumb, index, 2nd, 1st, 2nd. Moving on to the next line, we're still at the 5th position, but this time it's a 4, 1, 1 chord. This means that you've still got your barré in position, and you just put your 4th finger down at the 7th fret. Now the octave. Now we jump down to the 1st position for a 2, 1, 0. Next bar, 3 open strings. Now we're jumping up to the 6th position. Now this is shown as a 4, 1, 0. You will notice that the 4th finger goes at the 9th position on the 1st string. Now we're only going across onto the 2nd string with the 1st finger, and the 3rd string is open. Now the 2nd finger is already hanging over the 7th position, so that comes down and your 4th finger lifts off. Now in the next bar we hit the octave. We now jump down with the 3rd finger to the 3rd position on the 1st string. Pick it with the 2nd finger, 2nd finger picked with the 1st, and again the 3rd. Now we're back to that 2, 1 and the open octave string chord, come up to the 7th position, start with the 4th finger, jump down, playing the octave, 3rd finger and snap that off. Now the 1st finger goes down on the 2nd string at the 1st position, and we're back again with a 4-1-2 chord at the 1st position as we did before. Pinch that. Now the octave, up to the 5th for that 4-2-1 again. Slide up to the 9th with the 4th finger. Now slide it in the next bar, it says 7th position, 4-1-2 extended. Slide your 4th finger up to the 10th fret. Put your 1st finger on the 2nd string at the 7th fret, and bring your 2nd finger across to the 3rd string at the 8th fret. Now we slide the 4th finger down, and that gives us a standard 4-1-2. That's the extended 4-1-2. That's a standard 4-1-2. So it goes. If you lift off your 4th, your 1st finger can be flat across all the first 2 strings, and that string there is the note we want at the 7th position. So we've got the extended 4-1-2 in that bar. Now we go down to the 5th position, which is a barré, down to our friend the 2-1-0 on the first 3 strings. Now the octave. Now the 4th finger goes on at the 3rd fret. You pinch the octave, the 4th finger, and the 2nd string. Then the 4th finger is played again. Then the open string with the 1st finger, and then use your 1st finger again on the 2nd string. Now on the last line, we put 1 finger on the 2nd string, 1st position, and we play the bass string or the 4th string. We pinch those 2. Now we've got a twiddly, but the twiddly in this time is our friend the 2-1-0 chord again, but we're going on the 3rd string, which is the open G. Now the octave. Now your finger on the second fret on the 1st is already there, so pick that with your 2nd finger. Your 1st finger is ready there, so pick the bass string and that finger. Now we've already got an open 3rd string, which is the now the open 1st. Now the 2nd finger comes down again. Now we've finished that section, we're moving on to what is effectively the 1st bar of the next lesson. The 4th finger comes down at the 3rd position, and we pick the top 3 strings. Now I've got a twiddly D. And then the 2nd finger to complete that. So it's now let's run through the piece again.